Long story short, I tried to do my blood spot collection kit last month and it didn't work out. I had the baby in the background and he was crying and I was dealing with him and I was trying to record it too. But unfortunately, my blood dried up. Like it took too long for me to collect my blood. And I contacted them and they said, no, you can't keep putting wet blood on dried blood. At this point, it's not going to be any good. So I learned a valuable lesson. I did do this once before. The mistake I made the first time was I didn't do it on the right day or at the right time of day. So that's the first things first. This is for a woman to do. This is the blood spot collection kit for sex hormones and thyroid hormones for women. So you want to do it between day 19 and 21 of your cycle, ladies. So day 1 is the first day of your period, and you want to do it in the morning. It's a little bit later than I would like to do it, but I just was able to get the boys to go for a walk so that I could do this now uninterrupted. So yeah, I hope it doesn't take a long time, and I hope that it isn't problematic. We've solved everything, troubleshooted everything, because they've been very kind to help me get this resolved. The reason why I want to do my blood test is to test some of the basic hormones, and that includes like testosterone, T3, T4, TSH, which is the thyroid hormone, and some antibodies to see if there's any autoimmune issues. Last time there was no issues. The estradiol, progesterone, and cortisol, basically. I think that's generally the big ones. And yeah, I want to see where I am now. So now I am 8 months postpartum. When I did it before, I was only a few months postpartum. So as expected, a lot of my sex hormones were basically at nil or very nominal. And so I'd like to see some improvements here. I want to walk you through it. You open it up and you get a lot of instructions. So basically when you open it up, you get a code on your insert, and that's going to help them identify your kit specifically with you. So here are these bags too. Do not open bag until you are ready to place dried sample in bag. So this is when I'm done collecting. There's some more instructions in here that you want to read. You want to prepare the site for collection and know when to take it. And in order to prepare, you want to wash your hands and you want to make sure that the area is clean with the alcohol swab that they include. One of the other things you need to do is to hydrate before you take the test so that your blood is going to be available. So I have already had a few glasses of water to prepare. And if you aren't breastfeeding, then I would also advise taking a baby aspirin because that can be really helpful. But I can't take one right now. And other than that, I just want to make sure I'm going over the specific instructions. You want to, move around, get some circulation going again to get the blood flowing. Swinging your arms. Make sure to place your finger on a firm surface like a countertop or kitchen counter. So now here are the basic things. You get these little cards. This is where you put your blood. And it's probably easier to write your date of birth and your name and everything on it beforehand, but I'm just going to leave it blank for now and do that later. Maybe just one at a time as well. I think last time I was trying to do it all at one time and that was kind of overwhelming. Lots of instructions here to help simplify it for you. So collect sample, prepare, fill out each of the included collection cards with your name, today's date, and your date of birth. Try rinsing hands in warm water to increase circulation, increase your heart rate too. You can also try swinging your arm in a circular motion. Use the lancet, clean your middle or ring finger with the alcohol pad, twist off the lancet cap. Press the lancet into the side of your finger to puncture the skin. Extra lancets are provided if needed. Collect blood. Drip several drops of blood onto each of the small squares until red blood reaches the first line. Do not bleed onto the rectangular section. So I couldn't even get my blood to the first line before, and then it dried up, and that was the problem. Finish a square before starting the next one. So yes, do it one at a time, and you can take breaks if you need to. Okay, and then once you're finished, it's really easy to just let it dry completely first. So it might take a few hours for it to dry. Once it is dry, then you put it into these envelopes and then you take it to USPS and mail it off. Easy peasy. I also have this other diabetes kind of tester that I had when I was pregnant, and I kind of like that. Was having so much problems last time that I ran out of the Lancets. So I wanted to keep this around just to make sure that I had the option. And it actually, I like it better than the Lancets that they have. These ones are thicker and I don't know, they're just, the other one I'm more used to, I guess. But these are what the Lancets look like. And you want to twist them off, and then you use this just like you would like this blood sugar one. I'm going to take my alcohol swab, and you want to do it on the side of your finger, they say, not like directly on the pad of your finger. And then you have, or I have, these gauze. The gauze is to, be there to clean up if and when you need it. So I'll open that up as well, twist it off like that, and then there's a little needle in here, and when you press it against your finger, it's only one time, so you want to get a good drop, and then you keep squeezing that onto the little cardboard pad here, and do that until the blood bleeds over to the first line only, and then stop. Here we go. Going? What happened? There we go. Okay. Doesn't hurt really. And now I'm squeezing some blood. And you don't want to necessarily like touch the cardboard. You just want to drop it on it. So you're not going to really see this, but this is what I'm doing here. Right? And then I'm trying to get the blood to drop on. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a few minutes. And this is the not so fun part. I want to hurry, but I really don't want to mess this up. Oh, I think one of the other things they asked you to do is wipe the first drop of blood away, like the very first blood that appears. I forgot to do that. And just make sure you do one at a time and then move on to the next one. Don't do it all at once like I did the first time. So the benefit of doing this at home, obviously, is for your convenience. And then the privacy of just mailing it off and getting the results. And then you get to log in. They give you updates on how the results are, like the testing is going. Like it's been received at the lab, it's being analyzed at the lab, and then it's ready. Log in to view your results. And then when you get your results, you also have an option of paying them for like a half an hour consultation with one of their in-house doctors or nurses. And that's also a really good option just to go over your results in more detail and get some recommendations on which of their products you might want to get. So I spoke to the pharmacist after mine, and she was telling me, obviously, increasing my progesterone was a really important one. So I have gotten their progesterone capsules, their 200 milligram ones, and the progesterone cream that you put on topically. And in regards to the capsules, it was really easy to do. You do not need a doctor prescription before you go on to Reina.com. All you need to do is go onto Reina.com, go under their all products, click the RX, the prescription section, and then when you get to the prescription section, they're gonna ask you a bunch of questions about your health. And then once you fill out that little form, you also submit a picture of your photo ID. Then their in-house doctors review your request and contact you with any questions, but then they recommend a prescription. So I got the doctor wrote back to me and he said, I agree, you need the 200 milligrams, and we're gonna cycle you for your luteal phase, not take it every day. And so then he approved it, and it's on a subscription now, but they didn't charge me until the doctor reviewed my inquiry. And so he was able to make the prescription for free. All of that consultation was done remotely for free. And then they ship off my progesterone pills in 2 days, which is really good service. So I strongly recommend, and it was a good price too. I got the prescription from my naturopath a couple of weeks ago. And when I contacted the pharmacy, it was $300, which is a lot of money. And at Reina, it was only $102 for 45 200 milligram capsules, which is a 3-month supply. And you can use my code Dr. Taylor. with my code, it's 10% off. So it came to under $100. So it was $92 for a 3-month supply of this progesterone. When I was going to get it outside, like on my own, it was $300. So that's 1/3 of the cost. It's incredible. So definitely recommend that you do that. Even if you don't need 200 milligrams, if you just take 50 milligrams, it's taking progesterone is really got a lot of benefits across the board. So strongly recommend that you look into that.
Here are 8 benefits of adding progesterone. Number 1, it regulates estrogen and prevents estrogen dominance. Number 2, it helps with irregular periods and PMS. Number 3, it supports implantation and reduces miscarriage risk. Number 4, it eases hot flashes, mood swings, and sleep issues. Number 5, it helps maintain bone density and reduce osteoporosis risk. Number 6, it reduces anxiety, improves mood, and enhances sleep. Number 7, it supports skin elasticity, reduces acne, and prevents hair thinning and heart health.
And that's where I'm at. You see it's starting to spread, which is good. So that blood needs to go to that first line. So I'm still working on it. Maybe I need to do the arm circles.
This is where the anxiety really sets in, and I start to worry now that I'm not going to be able to get this done, that my blood is going to dry and the test is not going to be valid, and I have to wait a whole nother month to test on day 20 again.
I'm going to try, I think, another prick. But hopefully this is helpful for you. Just seeing me do it will help you do it when the time comes. Now this test itself is 200 something, around there. With my discount, get 10% off, $249. So 10% of that. So that promo code spot is on the right of the screen, but it was hard for me to find at first. Yep. So $224.10 with my discount code. These tests usually aren't always covered by your insurance. So you can look into your insurance and see if they cover any of these labs, and they may cover some, but not all. So you have to do your own research and figure that part out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that I've been doing for my health and wellness, I have been doing out of pocket. And so having a place that I trust that is really helpful and effective and cost efficient is a huge deal, because if you're paying out of pocket, obviously you want some discounts and you want good value and good products. When you're ready, after they're dry, you don't want to open these bags yet, but this has like things to preserve the blood in there. So you tear it open, you put the card in there, because there's 2 on one card and 1 on one card. So I think you put one card in one bag and the other card in the other bag. And then once you have those both in the bag, then you have the little USPS envelope, mailing envelope. So you stick them both in there, seal it, and drop it off. And that's it. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to continue to work on my other 2. But yes, wish me luck. And then it usually takes about 2 weeks to get your results back. But I hope this was helpful. And yeah, definitely go check out raena.com. So it's RAENA.com. And they have they have some great products there. So let me go back and just look at some of the list of the products. Other than these blood spot collection kits, they've got DHEA, that's $20. They've got progesterone topical cream. They've got some peptides, pregnenolone, magnesium, which I've taken. That was good. They have D3K2. They have B Essentials, Thyroid, Harmony, Herbal Support, and they've got some bundles. But I forgot about that. The desiccated thyroid is what's really popular with them too, but I don't have a thyroid issue, so I haven't been talking about that. But if you do tend to have a higher thyroid number from the test, like the higher your thyroid number, the more you need support for it. So mine is at a good level, but if you have any indications that you need support for your thyroid, the desiccated thyroid is really good that they have, and you can get that either alone or in a bundle. So do check them out. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Ciao.